All right, y'all. Y'all asked for this. The commissioner is back live on your television set or computer, whichever it may be. We're going to talk about some playoff scenarios going on. And as you can see, I'm in my new basement. Got some insulation in the ceiling. So, for the next draft, this will be the new spot. Hang out, have some drinks, and get the draft on. So, we can do that. But let's get down to business. Let's talk about some of the playoff implications and what's going on with the standings. Let's get a quick rundown of teams with possible playoff. Let's talk about the teams that are in the playoffs, and then talk about the teams with possible playoff hopes. So, right now we got SmackDown, Beast Mode. I don't know why he changed his name anyway, but we got Beast Mode, SmackDown, Hotel, whatever the hell he want to call himself, is sitting at 9-4. So he's running the league right now. He's looking real good. He's in the playoffs. Right now he's the #1 seed. We got State's Terror Squad. He's in at 8-5 right now. Filthy Pigskins, he's in. And then we got Black Mamba sitting at 8-4, looking real good to go into the playoffs. Greedy Bastard, ready to roll into the playoffs at 8-5. And then we got the Goon Squad sitting at 8-5 too, ready to roll right on into the playoffs. The West Side Warriors made their way into the playoffs at 6-1. And they knocked off the Circle City Grinders last week and solidified their spot in the playoffs. Now let's talk about the teams that with playoff hopes. Let's see. We got the Eastside Homies sitting at 5-8, and they're actually sitting right now in the playoffs with the 8th seed. You got the Circle City Grinders sitting at 5-8. And then last but not least, we got the Northside Riders, all with opportunities to make it into the playoffs. So we're gonna run down this scenario, look at the scoreboard, and see who's playing who. So this week we got Black Mamba playing the Circle City Grinders. The Grinders are looking real good, projected to put up like 130 some odd points. Black Mamba's supposed to set up and throw about 113 or something of that nature. So look for the Grinders to go ahead and knock off Black Mamba and try to get into the playoffs. We got the Northside Riders versus the Eastside Homies. Northside Riders are projected to throw up about 99 points, and the Eastside Homies are projected to throw up about 124. And that's going to be interesting. We're going to come back to that later on with the Northside Riders, Eastside Homies, and Circle City Grinders. We got Filthy Pigskins versus SmackDown, the SmackDown Hotel. So they're fighting for a possible opportunity for the number one slot. So there could be some jockeying going on there. SmackDown is supposed to throw up about 127 points. Filthy Pigskins looking like about 90. But Filthy Pigskins kicker spot is sitting at an empty location, so it's possible he could throw something in there and raise his point value. So we'll see how that works out. We got the Goon Squad looking for an opportunity to jump up in the rankings and move up to a higher ranking, higher seed. And he's playing Big Time Baller Time, the pretty much doormat of the league. He's been walked all over all season, just smashed and crashed. So Goon Squad is supposed to throw up about 127. Big Time Baller Time about 102. So I mean, regardless of what Big Time Baller Time does, he's just donated $50. Thanks, Big Time Baller Time. We got the West Side Warriors versus the Greedy Bastard this week. 112 for the West Side Warriors projection, and 123 for Greedy Bastard. So, we'll see, because this could play into some of the jockeying around on the standings for more than likely for Greedy Bastard, and not so much for West Side Warriors, who should just be happy that he's made it into the playoffs. The Hallville Soldiers versus State's Terror Squad. Hallville Soldiers are looking like they're supposed to throw up about 88 points, and Terror Squad looking like he's going to throw up about 79. So he's not looking real good, not real strong going into the playoffs right now, State's Terror Squad. But he solidified his spot once again. So now let's go back to the standings and some of the possibilities of what could happen here. Let's start with the teams that are not or are jockeying just to get into the playoffs. We're going to start with the scenario for the Eastside Homies, Circle City Grinders, and the Northside Riders. So in this scenario, the Eastside Riders right now are locked into the 8th spot. They're in the 8th seed, not locked in, but they are in the 8th seed. They are sitting at 5-8, and they're playing the Northside Riders. Now, the Circle City Grinders are also sitting at 5-8 and have the opportunity to make it into the playoffs. So the scenario here is if the Eastside Homies were to win this week versus Northside Rider, that will automatically disqualify or knock Northside Riders out of contention. But that still leaves the door open for the Circle City Grinders if they were to win. If the Circle City Grinders were to win and the Eastside Homies were to win, if the Eastside Riders score less than 21 points less than the Circle City Grinders, the Circle City Grinders could make it into the playoffs. And so another scenario here is the Eastside Homies lose and the Circle City Grinders win. That automatically moves the Grinders into the 8th seed, because the Northside Riders are more than 100 points behind for their team. They have 100 less points than the Circle City Grinders, so it will be hard for the Northside Riders to actually catch up to the Circle City Grinders. Now, if the Eastside Homies lose and Circle City Grinders lose and Northside Riders wins, that opens up that door for the Northside Riders to make it into the playoffs. So he's not done. He still has an opportunity, but he's going to take a lot of help, a lot of help. Since we have Filthy Pigskins playing the SmackDown Hotel Beast Mode. What the hell is that name even about? What, SmackDown Hotel? Come on, man. He's playing Filthy Pigskins, but they're both at 9. SmackDown's at 9-4, and the Filthy Pigskins are 8-5. So this is an opportunity to open up the door for Filthy Pigskins to move up into the #1 spot, or State's Terror Squad could possibly move up into the #1 spot, or Black Mamba, depending on. There's a lot of different scenarios that roll around with the top seed, because we've got the Goon Squad, Greedy Bastard, Black Mamba at 8-4-1 that is sitting at #1 in the Big Ballin' division. So there's not a lot of scenarios that go into the top spots 1 through 7. But not a lot that go along with the 8th spot. So 1 through 5 basically can be a big toss up based on a lot of different game scenarios. So you guys just look out. I hope you got your roster set, because right now Denver is playing. Denver's playing Oakland right now. You can't see it because the screen doesn't like looking at cameras. It's a camera thing. So, you guys just make sure that you have your roster set. Make sure your teams are ready to roll, and watch out for those grinders, Eastside Homies and Northside Riders, because if one of those boys slip into the playoffs, those boys are going to be dangerous, because they're the 8th seed and they're putting up big points. So you watch out for them guys. Circle City Grinders, Commissioner, out. Unbiased, grinding.